Turkey isn't just a location on a map, it is a genuine sensory overload. Here, the concept of tradition doesn't mean boring dances and folk costumes. It means adrenaline, raw energy, and physical confrontation. We're talking about rituals that look like frames from an art house film. Forget standard guidebooks. Today we explore festivals, where logic takes a backseat to bright spectacle. From night bonfires to battling giants, this is a cultural code you cannot fake. Welcome to the other side of the Bosphorus, Camel Battle. Let's start with the heavyweights. While the world watches soccer, the Aegean region is captivated by a different spectacle. Two massive male camels enter the arena, decorated brighter than parade participants. It is not aggression, but a traditional contest for animals, reminiscent of sumo, where weight and strategy decide everything. The atmosphere in the stands rivals a historical stadium, filled with the aromas of grilling and national drinks. There are no monetary bets here, only the question of the owner's prestige. Camels push, lock necks, and try to demonstrate their superiority. It is a spectacle that commands attention with its sheer scale. The situation on the field is always dynamic. When one participant decides to exit the fight, he might rapidly head toward the fences. Spectators in the front rows need to stay alert. It is crucial to make way for the gracefully exiting animal in time or avoid accidental splashes from an agitated competitor. Victory brings the owner an honorary trophy, a carpet, and the status of a local legend. To a traveler, this looks like an amazing dream. But for the residents, it is a living link to a nomadic past, power, decor, and an absolutely unpredictable finale to every meeting. The fire jump. Spring arrives quietly in most countries. In Turkey, it is greeted with the light of fires. The Hıdrellez festival is the night when streets come alive thanks to ritual bonfires. People of all ages leave their homes to perform the traditional leap through the flame, observing centuries-old caution. It is believed that fire helps leave behind all the adversities of the past year. Visually, it is impressive. Silhouettes of people soaring against a backdrop of sparks in the night city. This is the moment when ancient traditions of purification come to the forefront, beyond the bright show. This is a night of hopes. People entrust their dreams to paper and lower them into the water before dawn. It is a combination of sincere faith and drive. Participants are ready to show courage, to attract luck for the next 365 days. A special aesthetic is hidden in this vibrant action. There are no strict frameworks here, only a collective belief that tomorrow will be better than yesterday. This is one of the most cinematic nights on the Turkish calendar, which is worth seeing in person. The gold rush. Weddings in many countries mean lists of gifts in envelopes. In Turkey, financial support for the family is demonstrated openly. The giving ceremony is an important part of the evening, where gold and banknotes are attached to the newlyweds' ribbons in a solemn atmosphere. Guests take turns pinning coins or tokens of attention to the bride and groom's outfits. It is a kind of public performance. Transparency here is a sign of respect. Your contribution becomes part of the couple's celebratory image. By the end of the evening, the newlyweds literally shine, covered in a layer of gold jewelry and liras. This is their startup capital, received from loved ones. The aesthetic of wealth is not hidden here. It is celebrated as the foundation of future prosperity. To an outside observer, this might seem unusual, but it is an honest system of mutual aid. Instead of unnecessary household appliances, they get real resources, turning the wedding into a successful project for creating a new family. The 3 a.m. alarm. In the era of technology, alarms have become digital. But during Ramadan, Turkey returns to its roots. Around 3 in the morning, the silence of the streets is broken by the rhythmic sound of drums. This is not a disturbance of order, but an ancient service waking people for the pre-dawn meal. Drummers in national costumes walk through the neighborhoods, performing complex rhythms and folk verses. The sound is so characteristic that it is impossible to miss. It is the pulse of the city, uniting people in the single rhythm of the traditional fast. Interestingly, this activity is based on voluntary donations. At the end of the holiday period, drummers go around the houses and receiving gratitude for their nightly performances. Residents willingly support those who preserve this tradition. Even if you do not participate in the fast, you become part of this atmosphere. The rhythm of the drum in the night creates an almost mystical sensation in the quiet city. It is a reminder that cultural roots here ring louder than any notification on a smartphone. The river Wish at dawn. Thousands of people gather by the Tunka River. This is Kakava, a festival of spring and renewal rooting back to the culture of the Roma people and recognized by UNESCO. Everything happens in the pre-dawn twilight, creating a sense of belonging to something sacred. The ritual involves washing with river water, symbolizing health and vitality. Visually, it looks grandiose, light mist over the water, multitudes of people on the bank, and hundreds of lights floating downstream. A moment of harmony with nature before the first rays. The second important symbol is the wish tree. Its branches are decorated with a multitude of colored ribbons. This is the point of attraction for all hopes. The air is filled with the sounds of clarinets and energetic drum beats, heralding change. As soon as the sun rises, a bright celebration begins. Music in the 9/8 rhythm, dancing, and traditional outfits. Kakava is a powerful release of positive energy. The contrast between the quiet morning ritual and the noisy revelry makes this festival truly unique. Night of Spirits. This is not a familiar costume holiday, but something more archaic. In the Balkan part of the country, the tradition of Bokuk night is alive. People use charcoal soot for makeup, put on light capes, and go out into the streets to recreate images from old legends. Minimalism that creates a strong visual effect. According to beliefs, on this night, it is important to mark one's presence in the world of spirits. The streets fill with mysterious figures, creating an atmosphere worthy of a deep mystical production. But behind the external mystery lies hospitality. In every house, a traditional pumpkin dish is prepared. The treat acts as a protective symbol. Tasting this dessert means ensuring peace for yourself because, according to legend, this protects against the invisible guests of the night. This is an example of how old myths unite people. Residents participate in a theatrical performance, laugh, and share a meal. Only natural materials, fire, and beliefs that come alive once a year during the longest winter season. The Greasy Pole. In coastal cities, in honor of Sea Day, there is a contest that challenges agility. A long pole, thickly smeared with oil, is set up over the water. The task is to reach the edge and grab the flag. It sounds simple, but in reality, it is a triumph of will over physics. The surface is absolutely slippery. Participants accelerate and, a moment later, end up in the water, demonstrating spectacular jumps. This is an endless series of attempts. Spectators on the shore actively support everyone, turning every fall into part of a big show. There are no professional athletes here, only passion and stubbornness. Someone tries to move slowly. Someone bets on speed. This is an honest test, where the chances of success are minimal, which only provokes the participants further. The winner who obtained the flag becomes the hero of the day, but the main value is in the process itself. The oily pole is a hymn to persistence and the ability to maintain positivity in any situation. The ideal finale of the holiday, active, fun, and inspiring. Turkey knows how to surprise, not only with historical monuments, but also with how they appreciate every moment of life here. These traditions might seem unusual, but the genuine character of the people is felt in them. Light, water, attention to loved ones. and rhythm. Everything here has deep meaning. This was a brief overview of the country's visual culture. If you like this immersion into a real, authentic atmosphere, subscribe. Ahead of us await stories that are even more interesting to discover together. See you in the next episode.